It's 1978. Jose is 16 years old. He lives with his family on a ranch near Mar, Tulare County. It's a beautiful place, surrounded by Californian vineyards. One day, his sister Cecilia has a request.
She went and told me, "Hey bro, can you take me to Indio to meet this guy?" I said,
"Oh, I sure was like, who is that talking? That's him? Why he talk like that?"
"Sure, sister, why not?"
And what he do? They talking about Deadliest. What he do? You know what I'm saying? Deadliest is a kind of a crazy word. You feel me? What bro do?
And I took my sister to this little house to find her stupid friend. Well, I didn't feel comfortable going inside with her. Okay, months passed by and she never came home. First they found her car, and then they found her body.
His sister?
And I took my sister to this little house.
Hold on, lock in. Hold on, lock in. We got to go crisscross the applesauce in the chair. Lock in.
To find her stupid friend. Well, I didn't feel comfortable going inside with her. Okay, months passed by.
Okay, so he took his sister to go see her stupid friend. Let's get it.
And she never came home.
Months passed by, she never came home. And then I guess the police went on a search. They found the car. The next, they found her body. So, okay, his sister been unalive. Okay.
First, they found her car, and then they found her body.
Okay.
Jose was the last person to see Cecilia alive.
So, did he become the deadly? Oh. It say Deadliest Hitman, not Deadliest Human. Come on, man. I sure was like Deadliest Human kind of crazy. Okay, Hitman, I bet. So I wonder, did like, because obviously I'm wondering like, did it all start from this? Because technically, who wouldn't want to get revenge and get back for somebody doing something to their family member? You know what I'm saying? Especially like if the family member like female, come on, gang. Like what? Like that get back go be quick. You feel me? So I wonder did ever since then, that's when he hopped in the field and became a hitman for real. That's probably what it is though. He probably started out with getting get back by getting revenge on his sister, which is reasonable. That's a reasonable crash out. Come on, gang. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all might not agree, but I don't care. Hey, you messing one of mine? That, like, yeah, real talk. Especially somebody I love, care about. Y'all can do y'all and not do nothing and want to get justice and tell the cops, let the police handle it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no thank you. You feel me? No thank you. You know what I'm saying? Smoothly got to go check my weapon wheel in GTA. You feel me? Because everything we talking about is GTA. We ain't talking about real life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But when he made a witness statement,
I didn't want to give the full explanation because I want to get them. I didn't want the cops to find them. I want to find them myself.
Just like me, for real. Duh. That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all ain't like that. And do I respect that? I ain't gonna lie. It depends. But yeah, me personally, man, yeah, I gotta go handle it myself. Like somebody I love, care about, yeah, you done for. I ain't gonna lie, you mess with one of my, man, you might, man, forget calling the cops, you better get the military on me. Hey, man, if I'm coming for you, the only way you can probably even get close to stopping me, you better go get the military. Real talk. You mess with somebody I love, boy, oh yeah, you're cooked. At GTA though. At GTA, we ain't talking about real life. You better go get like the military SWAT team in GTA. Call what the military call at GTA? Merriweather. Something like that. Yeah. You better call them. Cause yeah, you're cooked, buddy.
We went to this little house. We broke in there and we found one, I shot him.
He then went on to shoot 2 more people who were also in the house. A cold-blooded triple homicide.
I mean, bro, just like us for real, man. We gotta get back and plus more. Real talk. We got, bro. Literally what he doing is normal. in human nature. Getting revenge. That's normal, bro. It's just some people just don't got the balls to actually go do it. But the people that don't got the balls to do it, they at least have that thought of thinking to do somebody to get some type of revenge. He just actually did it. No cap. Like, this normal. Man, you gotta get them and yeah. You gotta get even, then overly even. Oh yeah, you took mine, I'm gonna take yours and a couple more. You know what I'm saying? And a couple more. You feel me? And you bet not try to come back. Because you try to come back mess with us, I'm gonna get you, and then I'm gonna get some over them. Eventually, I might gotta go for the bloodline to make y'all stop. You know what I'm saying? In GTA. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you don't want to go there. You know what I'm saying?
Age of 16. In the following decades,
at the age of 16, my boy really was a YN then. Yeah. Jose would kill more than 30 people. What? Hold on. We went from 3 to 30. He added 27 more.
He then went on to shoot 2 more people who were also in the house. A cold-blooded triple homicide at the age of 16. In the following decades, Jose will kill more than 30 people.
Okay, so in the future decades, decade could probably be like, I know decade means 10, right? So probably next 10 to 20 years, he killed 30 people. Is that in total, or that's how many he did? I ain't gonna lie, that's almost like a body a year. That's crazy.
Who were also in the house. A cold-blooded triple homicide at the age of 16. In the following decades, Jose will kill more than
5'9", 190. Male, Hispanic, brown, scars unknown, tattoos unknown.
30 people. What begins with a young act of revenge ends in one of the most ruthless hitmen for the Mexican drug cartels.
Oh, he part of the cartel. Makes sense.
His victims are scattered across the entire U.S., and of course, in his home county of Tulare. He has taken the lives of both young and old, drug dealers and farm workers, fathers and husbands. It will take over 30 years and police from 3 different states to bring him down. This is the story of Jose Manuel Martinez, El Mano Negra, the Black Hand. 40 years and police from...
It took them 30 years to find him? That's crazy.
3 different states to bring him down. This is the story...
I ain't gonna lie, 30 years passed by. I probably don't need... If I'm the cops, I probably don't even want to come get you. It's been too long. I don't know. I'm just thinking like me. Like, dang, bro. Like, man, hey, let's show you the cops. They do their job for real, because... That's a long time. You ain't tired yet, man. This is case too long, man. It been, man. By the time we get to 5 years, I'm like, man, look, man, cold case, man. God, man. You mean to tell me they said, all right, we 5 years in, we still ain't find them. Oh yeah, 25 more to go. Who about to still look for somebody for 25 more years? Man, I ain't even about to chase a girl for what? I don't even think dudes will chase a girl that long. I ain't chasing no girl in general. You know what I'm saying? But even if I wanted to, I ain't about to, man. Come on, man. I think the only dude that actually will, I don't even think. Yeah. I don't even think real deal lover boys will chase a girl that long. The only dude I know that'll chase a girl that long, 30 plus years or 30 years, is Michael Myers. Michael Myers been chasing the same girl. How many movies it been? I could have sworn it came out in the 90s. Or probably earlier than that. I think it finally ended like 2022, 2023, 2024. You've been chasing this girl from the 90s to the early 2000s. That's already 10 years. 2010, that's 20 years. 2020, Michael Myers the only dude that can chase somebody for 30 plus years. And he chasing a girl for 30 years. That's great. And guess what? All that chasing, he still ain't get her. Come on, Michael Myers, you gotta be better than that. You literally chased a girl for no reason. That's one of the reasons right there. Michael Myers is the perfect example why you shouldn't even chase no girl. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she ain't worthy of chasing. Michael Myers chased her for 30 years, wanting to get her, and still didn't get her. If that ain't a wake-up call for you dudes that be chasing girls, bro, they don't want y'all. It's different if, like, yeah, you can't really, like, let's say if your girlfriend talking about leave me alone, I don't want to talk to you right now. That's different. You can't like, you know what I'm saying, chase. It ain't necessarily chasing if you're in a relationship. I'm talking about if you chasing something that don't want you. Normally by chasing, we mean you going after something that's running away from you. That's what I mean. If she running away from you, like, stop. So yeah, if Michael Myers did that and still didn't get her, what make y'all think y'all can do the same? And mind you, he had superhuman strength. I think bro can teleport. He fast. He athletic. He still ain't get her. He got bodies for real. Like he really get people going. Still ain't get her. That's a wake-up call to some of y'all boys out there, you feel me? Real talk.
Story of Jose Manuel Martinez, El Mano Negra, the Black Hand, one of America's deadliest hitmen. This is the story.
I ain't gonna lie, the Black Hand kind of a hard name, you feel me?
Of Jose Manuel Martinez, El Mano Negra.
Did they call him Black Hand because when he going he put on black gloves? I think that's why. That's kind of hard. That's kind of hard.
The Black Hand, one of America's.
I ain't gonna lie though. If y'all put me around a dude that's looking like this, I'm for sure. Yeah, I'm already about to be aware of my surroundings. I can't trust nobody that's looking like this, like smiling with this joyful, sinister smile. You know what I'm saying? Like he just look like he up to no good. Like it's like a real deal evil villain type smile looking he doing. Yeah, if bro came around me, bro, I don't even care if we just waiting on I don't care if I'm waiting on my driver's license ID. And he just, off rip, he better not sit next to me. Because if he sit next to me smelling like that, I was like, I gotta use the bathroom. Yeah, I gotta use the bathroom, my boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if he try to start a conversation, be like, oh, hold on, I don't even got a wife, or yeah, I'm gonna make up some, hold on, my boy, my wife calling, I gotta go check on the kids. Yeah, man, I'm about to come up with the most, man, wait, bro, I ain't gonna lie, it's getting late. I gotta go get the food at the house. You know what I'm saying? Or I gotta, you know, man, I'm gonna wake up all type of stuff. I gotta go, gang. I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And if you touch me, hey, oh no, oh no.
Deadliest hitman. We love animation and deep research, but it's expensive. That's why we have sponsors on this channel. We are grateful that the truly amazing platform Brilliant. For example, chances are that this video, PS, and many of the first two while watching.
Why did that sound so familiar?
You know, before I ever met him, I talked to a lot of police officers, you know, homicide detectives, murder detectives who had dealt with him. And they all said the same thing, which is when you meet him, he is the most charming person you will ever meet.
This is Jessica Garrison, a journalist and author. In 2017, she met Jose in prison for a BuzzFeed News investigation and her book, The Devil's Harvest.
I hate rapers.
The perspective of his family was that he was the person in the family who always took care of them. If you were in the hospital, he was the person that would come visit you. If the hospital wouldn't let you in, he was the person that would find a way to like hoist children up to the window so they could wave at you. I think he was not a person who ever,
it's like a good guy to me,
met him ever suspected of being a multiple murderer.
How does a polite, loving,
just say serial killer,
family man turn into a mass murderer?
What you mean how? See, this was wrong with the world. Y'all think just because I do this, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, gang. It's called yin yang. It's a balance. It's called yin yang. You know what I'm saying? It's called yin yang. Y'all think if somebody good, they ain't got no vices. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, gang. I don't even think that's normal. Ain't nobody like, you know what I'm saying? Bro could be, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Everybody got that, you know what I'm saying? Even you could be the most great person in the world doing everything right. But you just love food. You just love overeating. Bam. There go your vice. You doing something wrong. What it's called? Ain't this a sin? Gluttony. So no matter how good you is, you can give out to charity, be a philanthropist, take care of your kids, move the world, treat your wife good. You can be so perfect, so nice, so respectful, but you love food. They gonna treat you like a monster. How can someone this good could eat so much? You know, like, bro, like everybody gonna have their vice. Whether you like drugs or whatever, bro. Like, bro, it ain't no such as. That's why it's yin and yang, bro. Yin yang. You don't see it just a full white circle, which is good. You see the black and white. You know what I'm saying? You don't see it just full black. It got to be some light in there too. Like, you don't see it just. It's like light and dark. It ain't just full darkness. It ain't just full light, because that's not reality. It's either a balance, or it might be a little bit more light in you than dark, or a little bit more dark in you than light. You feel me? Like, that's yin yang. I don't see why they talking about, oh, how can a family man be like this, bro? Because that's him. That's his character. You can still do good, and also you got your like, bro, it's normal. Like, come on, gang. I don't know why people act like it's not.
Martinez is born in 1962 in Fresno, California. He's a U.S. citizen, but he grows up in Mexico until the age of 11. He then moves with his family to a ranch near Mart. At the time, Tulare is the poorest county in California. His stepfather organizes laborers for the wine industry, and as a side business, deals drugs. At the age of 14, Martinez is sent on his first drug courier trip by bus. Later, he uses his own car. As a bilingual, US-born teenager, Martinez can easily stay under the radar of authorities. In 1977, the police raid his family's ranch. They confiscate $2.5 million worth of heroin and various weapons. Then in 1978, while his stepfather was in custody, Cecilia is murdered. Martinez said that he was a nice man until they killed his sister. Since then...
That's another thing, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you... Like... Things really can change your character, like events that happen in life. Some people still decide to be all goody two-shoes, but bro, I think even they got their limits, bro. Cause it's like, bro, it's only certain stuff you can just keep letting slide and decide to be good about, bro. You know what I'm saying? Eventually you go get that fire up in you and be like, oh yeah, we got to get that get back. Cause come on, man. Like, yeah, real tight. And I believe him. Like this. Like, bro, this is normal. Like how he said he was a good guy until, like, bro, that's, like, bro, put it like this. Nobody is born bad. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, it's no such thing as, like, somebody born bad, born evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's obviously something happened for them to be like that. Why you think that people say, go through something and build character development? Like, for example, one of the main things going on social media, like in the boy side, I don't know if everybody's seen or if it's mainstream, but like on the boy side, like, you know what I'm saying, like Gen Z type me, you feel me? Like, because I'm part of Gen Z, right? The algorithm, they be showing like, oh man, wish I can meet a girl, fall in love, and have her do some BS so I can get my character development so I can go make $1 million. Like that's normal. Like they be saying stuff like that, or like, oh, hopefully, I'm feeling demotivated right now. I need a girl for character development. Like that's real deals. Like proving that, because I'm pretty sure I'm people that get cheated on or get heartbroken from that, that's like it's hard for them to deal with. So therefore, anything hard, any hardships go develop your character. Therefore, like this happened to his sister, it caused character development in him to become it. Yeah, he literally said, I was good until this happened. Like, there's a lot of case for many people that do wrong. Why you think the cliche saying, as cliche or corny it may sound, hurt people, no matter how cliche or corny it sounds, it's the truth. It's the truth. I think if you a person that just hurt people for no reason, I think that's called like, this when you're like, dang, it's a word for it. Is it psycho or something like that? Or like, yeah, it's something for that. But normally, like, whether it's doing some type of crime, whatever, there's always a motive. You're literally not just doing something for no reason. If you're doing something for no reason, I think it's called like psycho or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, everything always motive wise, and it happened because of. And a lot of people, you might think they were born this type of way, this bad way, or just that way just cause, and thinking they're just a bad human. It's just because they're not telling you why they're the way they is. Because a lot of people see that as, especially with males, they see that as them venting. And if they're venting, they feel like they're leaving themselves vulnerable. So you thinking, oh, they just this bad person just because they're not telling you why they're like this. And they're trying to put on this facade of, well, it ain't really a facade, but they're trying to pull up this curtain, like this shield to protect them. That's not letting you in. They put locks on the door to not let you in, and open the door to see why they're really the way they are. You feel me? They rather just keep acting like, oh yeah, I'm this, that, woo, woo, instead of telling you why I'm this, that. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, since they not wanting to be vulnerable, you think, oh, they just this bad person. The whole time they're not. They're just not letting you in to see a different side of them, which is the side of why they became what they are today. He just was vulnerable enough, and that being vulnerable actually takes strength sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So he was strong enough to be vulnerable, letting people know, oh, I was good until this happened. Most people, when they say why this happened, they just be like, I'm just that, and it is what it is, just to not be vulnerable to other people, you feel me? Because sometimes when you be vulnerable, people use that to throw it back in your face, and it can cause even more pain and bad feelings in the present and current moment. Because it's like sometimes being vulnerable, you giving people ammunition to shoot back at you. That's why a lot of people avoid being it. You feel me?
Then he said, fuck the rapers and the child molesters. So he did in 1979. His first victim is a nice man until they killed his sister. Since then, he said, fuck the rapers and the child molesters. So he did in 1979. His first victim is David Bedoya. A friend tells Martinez that Bedoya raped his sister. Martinez does the job for $500. His first...
Like, who wouldn't do that, though? That's what I'm saying. Especially, like, he did that to his sister, and he... Yeah, like, duh. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I don't see nothing wrong with bro. He ain't even doing this to innocents. He actually doing things to people that did wrong to him. And I agree with that. I don't care what nobody say. He just doing normal thing, like getting revenge. So yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with bro. You know what I'm saying? So far.
First murder for money. In 1982, he meets a man from a Mexican drug cartel, most likely Sinaloa. He only refers to him as Mr. X.
Mr. X was involved in the moving of large amounts of narcotics, drugs from, Mexico through California and to points beyond. And Mr. X, gave Mr. Martinez numerous jobs killing people.
Not every job for Mr. X is directly related to murder. Most of the time, Martinez is tasked with collecting debts from small-time drug dealers. He receives his assignment through phone calls or brief personal meetings.
A lot of it is sold on spec. I give you the drugs, you sell the drugs, you give some of the money back to me, right? But if you take the drugs and you don't give the money back to me, we have a problem. Then Jose Martinez would go and collect that money.
Martinez does end up in jail several times. for example in 1990 because of his drug courier activities, but he is never charged with his murders. That's weird, because his name does appear in several homicide cases going back all the way to 1979.
I mean, it's fine. If you turn up in one murder case, maybe that's bad luck. 2, maybe a coincidence. 7 or 8, you gotta be like, what's happening here?
In hindsight, it's difficult to understand why no one connected the dots back then. It will take many years and several victims before someone picks up Martinez's trail. November 2006, Martinez flies to Florida to deal with a 20-year-old named Javier Huerta. Javier is accused of stealing 10 kilograms of cocaine worth around $170,000. Martinez keeps a close eye on Huerta for a few days, and then he decides to strike.
I called Javier Huerta. They told me that you're a Missouri worker, and I want you to come so you can give me an estimate price for my house. They got in, I locked the door. When I turned out, I had my guns out. My hit the floor, and this is good one I tell you. You stole 10 kilos from cocaine from me. If you don't get my money in 30 minutes, I'm gonna call my friend that is outside your house, and he's gonna shoot your family.
Martinez gets the money. $150,000 are buried in Huerta's garden. He shoots Huerta and his colleague 4 times each. He binds their hands with zip ties and puts their bodies in Huerta's truck.
Alright, that wasn't good business. That wasn't good business. But then he probably did it for the reputation, like, alright, this go get out. This go get out on the streets. So this go let people know you better not ever try to get over me again. So he could be doing it to send a message instead of doing good business.
He takes the car and drives it to the outskirts of a national park, smoking a cigarette on the way, perhaps to calm down. After the job, Martinez flies directly to his daughter's home in Alabama. His granddaughter is celebrating her birthday. He wants to use the money he just earned to make her happy.
I got her.
But the risky thing with this game, what I would say, even I'm pretty sure he didn't do what he said. You see how he said he'll harm their family if they don't give him his money? I think he harmed them instead and took them instead of doing it to his family. But the fact that you making threats to people's family, you still kind of open that door for people to make threats to yours. So it's like, it's kind of the risky thing, because it's one of them things, if you dishing it out, not saying it will come back to you, but if it do, you can't be surprised. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of risky. That's a risky game.
Took her to Toys R Us, where a kid can be a kid. I told her, babe, because I love you with all my heart, me and you, we're gonna walk in the store, and for 1 hour, you can pick whatever you want, okay?
While Martinez is treating his granddaughter at Toys R Us, investigators in Florida discover Huerta's truck with the 2 dead bodies. They find a Mountain Dew can in the center console of the vehicle, with a cigarette butt laying in a puddle of blood. In Florida.
This happened at Toys R Us?
Me and you, we're gonna walk in the store, and for 1 hour, you can pick whatever you want, okay?
While Martinez is treating his granddaughter at Toys R Us, investigators in Florida discover Huerta's truck with the 2 dead bodies.
Okay. So this is not outside Toys R Us, this back in Florida.
Find a Mountain Dew can in the center console of the vehicle, with a cigarette butt laying in a puddle of the yellow-green liquid. They send the cigarette butt to a lab to check for DNA traces, but the test is not conducted right away. The evaluation probably isn't a big priority. Huerta was a construction worker and had many co-workers in the car with him, so investigators had little hope of a hit. In fact, the results won't reach them until years later. Martinez escapes conviction for the murder of Huerta, at least for the time being. In 2009, Martinez kills a man named Joaquin Barragan in Earl Mart for $8,000. He used a woman as a lure. She brought drugs from Barragan, contacting Martinez when the meeting was set. 3 days later, Barragan's body is found under a blanket. his hands bound with zip ties. The police question many people in Urlamart about the murder. They learn that Barragan knew he was being pursued by a contract killer known as El Mano Negra, the Black Hand. A woman tells investigators that Martinez tried to hire her to lure Barragan to a remote location. Others say that El Mano Negra is in fact Martinez's nickname. The investigators don't have enough evidence against him, but they still decide to make a move. They arrest Martinez for violating probation, but when they knock on his door, he scrambles out his phone, removes the SIM card, and swallows it. Nothing else on there can incriminate him. They arrest Martinez for violating probation, but when they knock on his door, he scrambles out his phone, removes the SIM card, and swallows it. Nothing else.
Oh, he's smart. He's smart.
On there can incriminate him. When the police question Martinez, he claims that everyone in Urlamart is lying and that he didn't kill Barragan. They send him to prison anyway for violating his probation terms. When Martinez gets out of prison about a half a year later, he directly marches to the Violent Crime Division of the Tulare County Sheriff's Office. He wants his white Chevy Suburban back that the police had seized from him. Martinez agrees to answer a few questions from the police in return. He hints that he is a collector for a Mexican drug cartel from Guadalajara, and he also claims to know that Barragan was murdered, not due to debts, but because he was a rat. The investigators are suspicious. They suggest a lie detector test. These aren't technically valid ways of determining a lie, but police will still often use them for investigations. Martinez agrees. He is asked several times if he knows who killed Barragan. Martinez, of course, denies that he killed him. The lie detector's response to Martinez's answers are clear. Deception is indicated. Still, the investigators' hands are tied. Without clear evidence of a confession, they can't pin Martinez down. In the end, the Black Hand once again slips from their grasp. The cigarette butt is still in the lab. The police in Florida have other cases to handle, and they forgot about those bodies in that trunk. It looks like Martinez can just keep going on forever, but then something happens in Alabama. Early 2013, 35 years after the murder of Martinez's sister, 33 years after he shot David Badella for $500, Martinez is now 51 years old. He is once again visiting his daughter in Alabama. He spends a lot of time with his grandchildren, picks them up from school, dresses them up as Disney princesses, and has spa days with them. His daughter knows he's a criminal, but she thinks he's just a smuggler who helps to bring people across the border into the US. While at her home, Martinez has an idea. He learns that a friend of his daughter's partner needs help collecting a debt. He'll help him, but in reality he just wants to learn from the friend a little bit about his daughter's partner, Jaime Romero. Is he a good guy? He meets with a friend named Jose Ruiz. In the car, Martinez asks Ruiz about his daughter's partner. Ruiz says Romero is okay, but he proceeds to call his girlfriend names and a terrible mother. He doesn't realize it's Martinez's daughter. And so, Martinez decides to forgive him, realizing that we're all human on this rotating rock in the void. And naturally, we can all make mistakes. He patiently tells Ruiz, "Hey, I'm her father, and that's not a kind way to speak about my daughter." No. Martinez decides that Jose Ruiz must die.
Oh, wow.
People saw them together, so he returns to California for the time being, and Ruiz is allowed a few more weeks on Earth.
I ain't gonna lie, it's not that deep. Over some words, it's not that deep. I don't agree with that, though. But if he was physically abusing her, like putting his hands on her or like some other stuff, okay. But off some words game, it ain't that deep. So I do not agree. Usually, if he did unalive him, he shouldn't have did that. It ain't that deep.
On March 4th, 2013, Martinez is back. He goes on a little tour with Romero.
And another thing, I'm pretty sure she talked crazy to him too. That's literally a normal thing in relationships. So like, yeah, it's not that deep. But yeah, but I guess he being biased because it's his daughter. But bro, that's normal. Like it's literally normal to talk crazy to each other around a relationship, especially if y'all been together for a long time. Y'all go have y'all moments where she's saying F you and you like F you too. She like F you too, boy. You like F you, and then next thing you know, y'all making up, y'all kissing. Like, bro, it's normal. Like, yeah, he doing too much.
And Ruiz. They stop to stretch their legs in a remote national park. Martinez pulls out a gun, points it at Ruiz, and says, "The woman you insulted is my daughter, you bastard." Then he shoots him twice in the head.
Wait,
The remote
who?
must die. But not right now. People saw them together, so he returns to California for the time being, and Ruiz is allowed a few more weeks on Earth. On March 4th, 2013, Martinez is back. He goes on a little tour with Romero and Ruiz. They stop to stretch their legs in a remote national park. Martinez pulls out a gun, points it at Ruiz, and says, "The woman you insulted is my daughter, you bastard." Then he shoots him twice in the head. He gets back in the car and tells the shocked Romero to drive and better keep this to himself. The police quickly discover the dead Ruiz and find a Walmart receipt with him. They review surveillance cameras and identify a companion of Ruiz. It's Romero. He is arrested and suspected of murder. Shortly afterwards, Martinez contacts the police, providing Romero with an alibi and claiming that they were together at the time of the killing. But the police do not believe him, and Romero remains in custody. 1 month later, Martinez is visiting his son in Erlamar. Suddenly, the police start banging on the door. Martinez is convinced that they are there because of him. Romero must have talked. He flees the house, and a sheriff deputy named Crystal Darrington gives chase. In reality, Martinez had nothing to fear. The police officer doesn't know a thing about the murder in Alabama. She had come to visit Martinez's son because she is investigating a series of robberies and hopes for his assistance. She apprehends Martinez and brings him to the station. A colleague whispers to Darrington that the man she brought in is Hermano Negra, supposedly a contract killer responsible for several murders in the area.
They could arrest Jose Martinez and hold him for being a felon in possession of a gun. And instead, he convinced them to let him go. And he offered to get them, get bad guns off the street. We have a lot of guns everywhere. Many of them are legal and many of them are illegal. And so the police were interested in kind of getting illegal guns. And Jose Martinez assisted them with this. They thought it was because he didn't want to get locked up. That may be true, but I think it's also because he kind of wanted to keep tabs on, he knew he'd committed this murder in Alabama. He knew he had all these other murders, and he kind of wanted to keep an eye on, did they suspect him?
As Martinez collaborates with the police in California, an unsolved case in Florida is reopened. It's from 2006. The murder is of Javier Huerta. Investigators finally received the lab report regarding the cigarette butt in the Mountain Dew they found all those years ago. They get a hit. The DNA belongs to a man who had previously been in prison, Jose Manuel Martinez. A detective named TJ Watts takes on the murder case. At this point, Martinez is still not their primary suspect. But Watts is puzzled by why a Californian cigarette butt would turn up so far away in Florida. He contacts an investigator in California who tells him Martinez's story, that they know him, that he's been helping them collect illegal weapons, and that he's involved in several murder investigations, but that they can't prove anything against him. But then the investigator in California tells Watts a small but crucial detail. Many of the murders involve the use of zip ties. Watts is intrigued. He also has a few unsolved murders on his desk where zip ties were used. He has a strong suspicion that Martinez might be the person he's looking for. He doesn't seem as a useful informant like the colleagues in California do. Watts believes Martinez might just be a killer. He marks him as person of interest. Meanwhile, Jaime Romero is still locked up in an Alabama prison, facing accusations for the murder of his friend Jose Ruiz. He is terrified of his father-in-law. He witnessed his cold-bloodedness firsthand, but he can't go to prison. He has a daughter and a life at home. So he calls for the man in charge, Detective McWhorter, and talks. On May 17th, the investigators finally issue an arrest warrant for Martinez on murder charges. When he returns back to the U.S. from a trip to Mexico, Martinez is arrested in Arizona. He learns that there's a warrant out for him for murder. His only question is where the warrant came from.
Who, Romero? Probably came from Romero again.
McWhorter is the first to hear about Martinez's arrest at the border. He immediately sets off for Arizona to personally bring him back. On the way back to Alabama, they talk about life, the military, and even share a pizza at the airport. McWhorter is surprised at how little Martinez seems to care about being charged with murder. Upon arriving in Alabama, they are met by Detective Watts. He too had jumped on a plane to interrogate Martinez. Neither detective expects Martinez to confess. Perhaps he would spend time in jail and then make a mistake during a phone call from inside. At best, Martinez might admit to being at the crime scene, but try to blame everything on Romero. But things take a different turn. Martinez confesses almost immediately to killing Ruiz. He also confesses to the murder case in Florida. He provides detailed descriptions of the crime scenes, the number of bullets used, and says, "If I hadn't done the job, someone else would have." But it doesn't end there. Martinez then asks for Crystal Darrington, the deputy sheriff from Tulare. When she arrives in Alabama, he drops a bombshell. He's a contract killer and has killed numerous people. He goes on to confess to one murder after another.
Shot him on the head with a .22.
Took my gun and I shot him inside the car in the leg.
I even killed her brother.
It was a long list. I mean, Crystal Darrington said that she was just like frantically texting her bosses, like, "Oh my God, another one," and then like, I think the next day he's like, "Oh my gosh, I have another one." So it was a shocking list of murderers.
He confesses to over 35 murders. Today, it is thought to be over 40.
They went back.
Dang, that boy got 40 hats. That boy got 40 hats, bro.
And reinvestigated all of them. Like, they didn't just take his word for it and tried to make sure it was true. And ultimately, they decided that they believed it.
Martinez is brought to trial for most, but not all of his murders. Some cases couldn't be resolved. At the time, he even faces the death penalty, which doesn't seem to worry him.
I know I'm going to get electrocuted if I die tomorrow.
In the end, Martinez is sentenced to 50 years in prison in Alabama for the murder of Ruiz, life in prison without the possibility of parole in California for 9 murders, and 2 consecutive life sentences in Florida. Martinez certainly didn't make it easy for the police. He left few traces, often there were no concrete pieces of evidence, and as a hitman, there were usually no direct connections between him and his victims. Especially in the 80s and 90s, police in California had a lot of murders to deal with. They had limited resources. But there is also another reason why Martinez wasn't caught for so long.
There are other people who would say, well, he didn't try that hard to get it, in part because the people that he was killing were not people that created these giant outcry. He was generally killing people without very much power. And so I think that was sort of one of the heartbreaking things to me when I started working on this, is that I went and found some of the family members of some of his victims. And many of them said over and over, like, it seems like no one cared that our relative was killed. And so I think that to me was sort of the craziest and most heartbreaking part of this case.
She must was the person that solved it. I ain't gonna lie. This was a good one. I can't even count. This was a good one. I can't even lie. My bad. Wrong button. Oh, I clicked the wrong button by stretching. I ain't gonna lie though. This was a good one. I mess with dude though. You know what I'm saying? Some things that I agree with. I agree with most things, then disagree. But yeah, it was a good one though. No cap. That's crazy. There's all type of people in the world, huh? Like, that's crazy. It's all type of people in this. Man, what? It's all type of dudes in the world. Man, what? The world for sure got a list of characters, boy. Like, that's crazy.